Hello people, okay. Welcome to another episode of Train Engineering Questions. So another question that I normally get asked about working on trains, doing train engineering is, what's the money like? Is the money good? How much do you get paid? Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly how much I get paid. The reason why is because people are nosy, and I've noticed. People are nosy, people are two-faced. So I noticed something, yeah? People ask me, people want to know how much I get paid, but if I ask them how much they get paid, they don't want to tell me. That don't make no sense. What's the logic behind that? So for that reason, I'm not going to tell you how much I get paid. That's personal business, you know. You can't ask someone how much they get paid if you don't want to tell them how much you get paid. Don't make no sense to me. Now, even though I'm not going to tell you how much I get paid, we're going to go sort of around it a long sort of way. If you really want to know how much the money is paying, it's not hard. All you got to do is look, do your research. But to answer the question, is the money good working on trains? It all depends on who you ask, you know. It all depends on who you ask. Because if you ask someone that's worked on trains all their life, if you ask someone that's done this job, this is all they've done all their life, just working on trains, doing train engineering, if the money is good, more than likely they're going to say no. They're going to say, no, the money is rubbish. The reason why is because this is the only job they've ever done. They've got nothing else to compare the job to. So yeah, they would say the money is no good, the money is rubbish. That's how some older people are. If you ask some older people, they say, oh, the money is no good, it's rubbish, this and that. But me myself, I would say the money is good, because I've had quite a few other jobs. I've done quite a lot of things in my lifetime so far. So when I compare it to the other stuff I've done, on that reason, I would say the money's good. Now, even though I would say the money's good, let's get one thing straight, yeah? Working on trains as an engineer, it's not gonna make you a rich man. Let's be honest. I have to be honest. You are not gonna be a rich man doing this job. But doing this sort of job, you're gonna be able to do certain things. Like I've seen certain people, from when they start working there or working on trains, after a few years they're able to buy their own house. They're able to get onto the property ladder. So it all depends on what you want in life. But let's just get that straight. You're not gonna be rich. You're not gonna be a rich man, yeah? Coming into this field. But this sort of job, this sort of work, it's gonna pay you more money than working in a supermarket, stacking shelves or working on the till, serving customers. It's gonna pay you more money doing that sort of thing. Because at the end of the day, this is a skilled job. This job is gonna pay you more money if you're doing a standard office job, you know, like day entry. You know, it's gonna pay you more money if you're, I don't know, driving a cab for a living, that sort of thing, or work in the warehouse. It's gonna pay you more money than that. Like for example, just at the end of 2019, just before this whole COVID thing happened, I went on 3 holidays, you know, 1 year. I had 3 holidays in 1 year. I went Thailand first in that year. After Thailand, I went Amsterdam, and I went Turkey. See that I had 3 holidays. I had 3 holidays in 1 year. So then it all depends on what you want in life, you know. Doing this job is gonna enable you to afford to do certain things like that. All depends on what you want in life. Now, the thing about money and pay, it can be a bit complex because It all depends on who you work for and where you work and what shift you do. Because if you do nights, for example, doing nights, you will get paid a bit more working nights. All depends on what company you work for. Some companies pay more than others. So there's many different factors. Yeah, I'm also going to talk about benefits as well, because I do get asked about benefits, free travel. So if you work for a train manufacturer, like Siemens, Bombardier, what's the other one? Hitachi, you won't actually get free travel. The reason why, because that's not a train operating company. They're a train manufacturer, so you won't get free travel. But what you will get is you will get like a discount. So they'll give you like a card where you get like a certain percentage off the fare. Whereas if you work for a train operating company, they will give you free travel. Not on all train lines, but you will get free travel on obviously the company you work for, and then you might get free travel on a few other train lines. So that's one thing as well to think about. There are trade-offs, because you could work for a company that you could work for a train manufacturer. The wage might be quite good, but then the wage for a train operating company might be a bit less, but then you get the free travel with the train operating company. So there are trade-offs. That's what you have to look at as well. How much money are you going to be spending on travel a year? Is it worth it? It's worth it for me because I'm always on trains. Especially in London, man. Parking space. You can't really park a lot of places nowadays in London. So yeah, having that free travel, it is a big help, and I guess it does save a lot of money. And then if you come working on trains as a contractor, yeah, you're going to get paid a lot more. But then also you got to pay your own tax and national insurance. And then working as a contractor, you're not going to get the free travel, or even you won't even get discounted travel. I don't think. It all depends on your manager. All depends, but yeah, it's unlikely you're going to get any discounted travel. So those are some things to think about. There are trade-offs, depending on what you do and who you work for. Now, with the wages, out of all the jobs I've seen advertised, I think the lowest I've seen is, out of all the jobs I've seen throughout all the train manufacturers and train operating companies, the lowest I've seen is about 25 grand a year. That's the lowest I've seen, and the highest is probably about, I'd say, 50 grand a year. But to earn that sort of amount, that 50 grand a year and over, you got to be like basically like a diagnostic technician. That's at the top level, really, with train engineering, diagnostics, diagnosing faults, because you really got to know your stuff, You have to know your electrics, pneumatics, everything, especially electrics. Because thing about trains, the electrics on trains isn't like the electrics in your house, in your home. It's a completely different thing. Because in your house, you got earth, green and yellow, and the live is blue. The live is brown, and negative is green. You don't get that on trains. All the colours are the same. They're all black. Let's go by numbers. You have to understand their wiring diagrams. So yeah, electrics on trains isn't like electrics in your house or anywhere else. Different components, everything is different really. Well yeah, I guess it's the same principle and all that. But yeah, so yeah, the lowest I've seen is about 25 grand a year, and the highest it's around 50. But like what I said, to get that kind of money, over 50 grand a year, you got to really know your stuff. You have to be a diagnostic technician. You got to really know your stuff. But then I have heard some agency stuff and contractors earning that sort of money because they got to pay their own tax and national insurance and all that. So I guess some of them, they might swindle it. I don't know, but I've heard stories of some of them earning that kind of money as well. Now, the other benefit to working on trains is tools as well. That's another benefit, because the company will supply you with tools. The reason why they don't really want you using your own tools is in case you hurt yourself. You're not really covered if you hurt yourself. So they want you to use their tools. But then if you're a contractor, you have to supply your own tools. If you're a contractor, they won't give you tools. Well, they will, well, of course, things like some of the big stuff, the big sockets and torque wrenches, yeah, they will have to use the company's ones of those, of course, and the specialist tooling. Yeah, so I would say the money is good working on trains. When you compare it to other sort of industries, it's like, for example, I'm not on the top level working on trains. I'm more sort of on the bottom sort of level, yeah? But what I get paid, if I was to, how can I put it now? So the money I get paid working the trains, yeah, to get that, for example, to get that money, for example, working in the garage, working on cars, working for our dealers, yeah, I would have to be probably the master technician. I would have to be the master technician. I would have to be the top man in the garage. So yeah, I would say the money is good, I would say. Yeah, when you compare it to other sort of industries. Yeah, so just to recap on that, yeah, I would say the money is good, but like I said, you're not going to be rich doing this sort of work. It's not going to make you a rich man, yeah? But it's going to allow you to live, I say, a normal, comfortable life. It's going to allow you to go on holiday, take your family on holiday, to do general things, save up, buy a new car. Like I said before, get on the property ladder. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's it, you know. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Over and out.